YouTube, what? It's your girl, Miss Valley, Miss V and Diamond Banks. Hello to my new subscribers. Big up yourself. Thank you for the follow. It's been a minute since I've been on YouTube, but I've made a promise to you lot that I'm going to start being consistent. I know you lot miss my voice, miss my face, the look of fat fierce. Oh, no, I can't lose the weight because every minute when I come on YouTube, I tell you lot, yeah, I'm on a weight loss journey. Hello, the weight is losing me. Okay, I'm a fat, no blood clot. Titty them long like two slippers from Shoe Zone, okay? Anyway, so I've come back with a story time. Before we get into it, let me just big up my brand. Miss Precio V Diamante. I've come back. I got 4 different robes, 4 different colors. Same thing with the bonnets. You don't know about the lip glosses, the lip oils, the liquid lip balms. Anything you need, I got it. Okay, your girl's doing big things. I'm trying my best. You can catch me at a couple of yardie dances, selling my merchandise that I've been booked for. And you can still catch me hosting. But make sure you lot go to my website, buy up your things from there. I ship international. I cater to everyone, from the young to the old to the new. Period, okay? But anyways, this story time, it needs to be done. And it's going to be split in 2 parts because Renzo, good for nothing, stay bad, scatter teeth, mama gal, I'm coming for you because you tried me. And I had enough of the social media war and me seeing you and you don't want to do not a damn thing. So I'm going to sit here because a lot of people are confused as to why, oh, I thought you lot was close friends. You was bigging up on YouTube a couple of months ago. What's up? What's happened? So I'm going to take this time out and explain to you and give you lot the breakdown of my side because I know she likes to walk and lie and tell her cousins a whole different story, tell her friends a whole different story. But girl, you're full of hype and you're not bossing. I hate that for you. You said you're the bad juvie Renzo, and oh no, I can't see nothing bad about you yet. You're a liar, you're weird, and you're fake. And I hate the fact that I had a friend like you. So let's get into it. So yes, obviously I had to take off my robe. It was getting a bit too hot in here because the tea, the gossip, baby. I don't think you guys are ready, okay? But yeah, we're going to get into it. And as I said, as you lot know, when it comes to me and my story times, one thing about me, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. I can't be wrong and strong. Everyone makes their mistakes. We're not perfect. As I do this story time, I will be putting my evidence and my receipts. If I have them, I have them. And if I don't, I don't. My apologies. So what I'll be doing is I'll be giving you guys a breakdown as into why this friendship has ended. This was my enemy that was literally sitting right in my face. She's even an enemy to herself. You should see her around her lip corners. She needs some eczema cream. Or because you're sitting there starting mix up and around your lip corners is ashy like SpongeBob's ass. And I hate that for you. So as we go into the story time, I'm going to start from the beginning. We'll get to the end. You lot will understand the breakdowns and the lead ups. So here we go. There's people that, come Pinky, come. There's people that I will be mentioning in the story time, but I'll also be giving them other names. As we've had our own differences, but we've sorted them out. I'm on good terms with everybody, so everything's cool. So please don't feel frustrated. Don't feel distraught that I brought your name in, but it just goes in with my story time as into why I've stopped my friendship with Miss So-and-so. So I'm going to kick off the story time like this. This may be split into 2 parts, or if I'm feeling shysty, it might just be 1 part. But I just want to get through it quick as there's a lot of information and receipts to get through. Come, let me show you guys Pinky. As you don't know, I had a dog called Diamond, but me and I don't. Come. Come here. Come. 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 Where you at? Just come here. Where else do you? Acts like you cute and everything. She just had some goat's milk, my love. So this is Pinky. This is my second daughter. Because she's just sitting there watching mommy record. You gonna watch mommy record? Mommy has to do hair soon. You don't like me? You wanna go down? She has a sister called Bunny, but Bunny's out there in her cage because Bunny is very deceitful. And Bunny likes to mash up my house. And I don't have the time. So yeah, let's get into the story time. So we're gonna go back, let's say about 4 years ago. I might be wrong. The story is gonna start off with someone called P. He's one of my male brethren. As you don't know, he's one of my male friends. I met P through my twin brother, before my twin brother went to jail. When my twin brother was in jail, he told me that if I needed to reach out to anyone, if I needed any help in the house, as at that time I believe I just moved into the flat I'm in now, he said that I should shout him. That's one of his friends. I didn't know that my brother P, my twin brother and P has had an incident years ago. That was nothing that was informed to me. As far as I was told, they're friends, they're cool. I reached out to P one time on Snapchat and I said to P that I needed to do some flooring in my new apartment. P said, yeah, he got the guy to do it. He sent someone to do it. We're just going to call him KJ. He sent his friend to do the flooring. And his friend was kind of mocking about. In the end, his friend messed up all my flooring in my house. Cut all my flooring wrong. I remember me just moving out my house, you know. Me broke like dog. So any little thing I can afford, please don't mess it up. Please don't do that. Take time with it, my friend. So the man's coming there and mash up my flooring. When I say the flooring looked like something that someone was buried under. Cut up. Fuck up, my friend. And I'm calling the guy to come and fix it all now from Whopper King Philip. The guy can't come fix the flooring. So because I got him from P, I've gone back to P and I said, P, reach out to your friend of mine and tell him to come sort the flooring. From there, me and P end up in big argument, and I believe it's the way how I addressed P about the situation. I was very upset, knowing that I spent so much money on flooring that I can't get back. It's like, raw, you said you can do something and you can't do it. Someone sent you to do my flooring, you're fucking up. I couldn't even float on that flooring. If there was a hurricane, it would have dead. So where are you to fix the flooring? So in the end, long story short, me and P has ended up in out one big pussy argument, my love. Me and P was cussing each other. P said he's gonna come link me, because you lot know I like to warm man. Well, the old me, I will warm man, woman, cat, dog, mice, anything, pigeon, bird. So P made a threat and said that he threatened my brother. So I threatened his sisters. Yeah? So we were beefing each other. That lasted for time, because we didn't actually, what's it called? Reconcile? We didn't sile. We didn't do the resile. It was bare silings we never do. So in the end, it was just left. I did reach out to him to apologize. I'm very apologetic. I tried to make peace out of a situation, but if the other person wants to be stubborn, there's only so much you can do. If you see me and you want to get things cracking, we can also do that as well. That's just how I stay. But because I had a lot of love for P and I looked at him as a big brother, I thought like, yeah, it's been like a year and a half now. Maybe you'd want to put things aside and reason with me to understand why I was angry. You have to understand, I was a young little girl. I just moved into my flat. I'm on a certain amount of money. I've bought all my flooring. For you to send someone in my house and my flooring's been messed up. Not saying that it's P's fault, but who you sent, the situation was never resolved. There was 2 occasions where I left KJ in my house to do the flooring. Never thought nothing of it. Not saying that I trusted him, but I got things to do and obviously I work. So in the midst of this, I believe about 2 years ago, or even 3, I've gone to an event called Lux. That's an event that I believe DJ SWIVO, DJ LARNI and DJ Vibe does. I might be wrong, but big up my DJs. LARNI, big up yourself. SWIVO, my big brother, big up yourself. DJ Vibes, what's that? Big up yourself. You lot big them up. Make sure you go follow their SoundClouds. They have events coming up. The baddest DJs on the block, baby. So they've had an all-white Lux event. I believe it was a brunch. I've gone there. I'm having a whale of a time. These are some snaps. I'm looking good, baby, okay? I was looking fine. Finer than a dynamite. A bitch couldn't tell me nothing. What's up? Cool. I've gone to the event. Having a whale of a time. I'm dancing, and this is where I've met Renzo, Miss Renisha Carr, whatever the raw she want to call herself. I've met her, and she was with someone called, we're just gonna call her DB. DB, big up yourself, love your baby. So I've met them, good vibes. We're partying, we're drinking, we're drunk. I love their vibe. I love their aura. Like, you know, when you meet some people in a dance and they just stand up and stiff up and feel like they're more than people. When I met Renzo and DB for the first time in real life, they were never like that. They were very welcoming. They were cool. From there, me and Renzo was building our friendship. She already had me on Snap, like the fan that she is. She used to reach out to me, and when I was going through my rants and stuff and going through my bad days, Renzo would reach out and big me up and say she understands what I'm going through. Even with certain traumatic events I was going through on social media, Renzo would reach out and, you know, be a friend, as she would say. So throughout this miss, like, she would even flirt with me as well, because she must think me and her is age. Because you're talking about you would breed me. What was you going to breed me with? A plastic strap on? What was you going to have, a plastic baby? You're out of your league here. So I'm going to take the flirtings, I'm going to take the chattings. Throughout that, me and her started to grow a friendship. Because as I said, I was really fucking with Renzo's vibe. She was cool people's. In the midst of this, everything's cool. Like, it was more sort of a social media friendship than an actual outgoing friendship. And I say that to say, she's never been in my house, she's never been around my family, she's never laid in my bed, I've never made her food, it's just more so like we would sit on FaceTime with each other for hours and bus joke and sit on the phone, and if I see her out, I will big her up and she will buy me a drink, or either which way. Like, that was the vibe. But I classified her as a little sister based on the fact that as our friendship was growing, we would have some heart-to-heart conversations where I felt like I was very understood. And I felt like she was real at the time, until she started to show her very dark ways. So to go into the story time, the first strike was a little while back. As you lot know, I came on social media and I used to promote Renzo's parties, especially in my YouTube story times. I'll put a clip here of when I promoted her dance called Dons and Divas. As you lot know, I'm on a show called Bad as UK. I'm also classified as an influencer on social media, so I have a high following. I do host it. There's a lot of things that I do, so my name is well known. So Renzo reached out to me and she said to me that she wanted me to be to represent her party, basically be the face on her event. So she said, but before this, I was already promoting her event. So as promoting her event, she turned around and she said to me, yeah, like, come celebrate your birthday there. I even said to her I wanted to anyways. I haven't been partying a long time, so I want to dress up and look good and just be outside wilding, you feel me? She said to me that, yeah, what she would do is she wants to put me on a flyer and she's going to do a link with my name, and whatever ticket sales that I make from the link, she will pay me. Now, I just want to make you lot understand that I'm not a good look book. Yeah, people know me. People know my mother, my father, my siblings, my family is well known. So anything that we do is popping. And I say that with all disrespect. I'm not gonna come sit and sugarcoat anything and belittle my name. I have a good name. Yeah? And if you put my name on something, the money where you look for, you're gonna gain. I've had events before, and when I've had my events, I've made over at least 4 to 5 grand on ticket sales itself. So she turned around and she said to me that, yeah, she will send me a link, and every ticket that's made through that link, she will pay me. So in the midst of this, I said to her, okay, cool, I want to buy some bottles. I have friends that are coming with me. They want to buy some bottles as well. Renzo was doing table packages. And we also need to buy 3 LED tables. So I bought a set of, I think, about 6 bottles and some tray set and a LED table. I believe that was about $230, I'm not sure. But my other 2 brethren, they've also bought the same sets as well. So there's about 30 bottles on the table, 34 bottles, whatever you want to, but it's 6 bottles each and then some tracer. So I was promoting the event like it's my own. As I said, I even came on YouTube. I've put videos, everything. I've told you that I had a whale of a time. Bigging up my friend. You get me? That's all I can do. The day of the event now, I've gone to the event. I've done my hair, everything. I'm having a whale of a time. When we've gotten into the event, I was looking for Renzo so she could sort out my table package. Remember, I'm not the only person that bought a table package. 2 other people bought a table package and they're with me. These are grown men that I'm with. They put down their money for stuff, so they want their things. We've gone to the bar. One of the girls that was standing there is like, you're giving tables to people that didn't pre-book their lead tables. The people that pre-booked and paid beforehand should have got what they paid for. And that didn't happen. Multiple people was complaining at Dons and Divas at Renzo's party that they didn't get what they purchased. Cool. As I said, that's my friend. Things like this happen with events when there's so much people you have to cater to. I understand. It's not an argument. It's not a big of a deal, but more money. So when we're in the event now, I didn't even get my tables. I got about, I think, one of my package deals, and one of the other girls, she got her package deals, but she didn't get all of her bottles. The other person never got his bottles. So literally, I'm going to find a video where literally the boxes of our drinks is literally on the floor. On the wet floor where they're doing champagne showers, and we paid how much money for our bottles and our tables. Our drinks is the only drinks that's on the floor. Like, are you more than me? I'm confused. Cool. We're in the party, we're having a whale of a time. I said, you know what? Tomorrow we'll sort it out, because in the party, she's fighting her girlfriend. Her and her girlfriend's gone on like Tina and Ike Turner. People was already complaining they're not getting their stuff, and people's upset. So that's my friend. I will deal with her on a different basis. Cool. The next day now, I've spoken to Renzo. I've explained to her, like, sis, I didn't get all my bottles. When I say all my bottles, I'm talking about my brethrens. We didn't get all of the bottles for our tables, and we never got none of the lead tables, so I'm going to need you to run that money back. She said, cool. But then she turned around and said how, when the bar staff said that she gave us all of our bottles, and I'm saying, but no, she didn't. I have no need to sit down and lie about bottles of alcohol. I'm telling you, I didn't get all my bottles. We counted it. Even the tracer, we asked you for mixed bottles of tracer. We didn't even get that. You're giving us cranberry juice, so we're supposed to drink cranberry juice with vodka and what? Not even a blood clot fizzy. So where's the mixed packages that we asked for? So Renzo said to me she's gonna check the CCTV that she put up in the warehouse, and that was from how much years ago, and all till now. Yeah, I cannot see the CCTV, but I'm not gonna argue with no one. I just want my bread. So in the midst of this, behind closed doors, one of my brethren that was with me and him's at Arm's house, because it's like, bro, I paid for something and I feel like you're scamming me. So I'm like, no, Renzo, you need to run the man and money, my love, because I've only come to celebrate my birthday. I didn't rob nobody. Renzo says she wanted to talk to him. I've spoke to my brethren. He's not one of them guys that he said he don't want to talk to her. He just wants his bread because he knows what he paid for and he didn't get it. So when she's talking to me, I'm screenshotting the messages and I'm sending it to him. He's like, I need to run him his bread. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to fight with you. And even the way how you're dealing with me, I don't respect it, because it's not my fault. I took money out of my own pocket that I didn't have and I gave it to him. Remember, I'm only going to celebrate my birthday, you know, my love. Nothing more, nothing less. Cool. As I said, she did not get back to me in regards of giving back my money for the bottles, but she sent me back the money for the lead tables, I believe. So cool. In the midst of this, I've made her understand that, yeah, the bread for my tickets for the link, I want that. Because you used my face on your flyer. How much people came from Birmingham, Leeds and Bristol, they came down to your event because of me. So I'm gonna need my bread. She said, okay, sis, cool. Renzo turned around and sent me £150, I believe, at the time. Mid-year. Go and get your lip gloss from my link in my bio, yeah? Now, let me tell you something. If I can have a party, I make up to 3-4 grand. 3-4 grand. Or for ticket sales itself. Why would I go to someone's party and only make £150 worth of tickets, my love? So I looked at the payment. I said, okay, thank you. Renzo felt guilty within her conscience and messaged me back and said to me, sis, I haven't sat down and gone through all my ticket sales yet. When I do, I will send you the remaining. Oh, I said, okay, cool, no problem, thank you. Because girl, child, me no say I made more than that. So don't try and use my face and try and use me and believe as if you can only make £150 off my name. Cause anyway, mama, anywhere me work, me need make money. All if I was a pimp and you was a hoe, you'd make the money. So let's not do that. Cool. I never complained. I never made an issue. Now, the only people that knew about the issue regarding the bottles and the lead tables was my brethren that I owed the money to and my other brethren. Because I went to her and I explained the situation. And she said, yeah, Renzo's going to have to sort out the money. And it wasn't a malice thing of we're dissing Renzo and Ray. I'm just going to my brethren. We've had a conversation. And that was that. It's life. Cool. Move on from that now. Oh no, Renzo hasn't spoke to me about the bottles. I've all shouted Renzo to Renzo because weeks and days is passing on. Renzo's all rich on holiday. You get the money from the little Dons and Divas event and you're rich on holiday. Quick, my friend. Okay, where's my money? I want my bread. Me broke like dog. I have things to do. I've always take my birthday money and pay it to someone else because of your fault, of your event. Renzo's turning around and I believe she sent me either £250 at the time or £200. I said, okay, no problem. No problem. No problem. Because I know you're scamming me and I don't like that for me. So I just remember before she even gave me the link with my name, I was already promoting Renzo's party and people were buying tickets because every time they bought a ticket, they would shout me on Snapchat and I would put it up promoting her event. So I know that I've made a good little change off your event regarding my name. And you couldn't even pay me what I was supposed to be paid. But money is money. Money is the root of all evilness. So I'm not going to argue with you. I just know how you behave. And that was the first strike. Now, in the strike now, to go back a bit, when we was at Dons and Divas, I've ended up seeing P. And I've come to realise, I think I was notified before that I was notified before that P and Renzo are like siblings. As far as I knew that they were actual siblings. So one time we were supposed to go to a concert. She said she's going with P and how P said he's going to do this and that to me. I said, okay, cool. I'm not going to go because if anyone puts their hands on me, it's not going to go the way they want it to go. So I said, I'm not going. No problem. We was going to go to the Skeng concert. Didn't go. So when we're at Dons and Divas, I haven't seen P since the situation happened. I'd even seen him before that. So when I eventually saw him at Dons and Divas, we're drunk. We've had a conversation. Like, our voices are high rated. And we just sorted it out. He apologized and I also apologized. At the end of the day, he's a man. I'm a woman. We was friends. Let's sort out our differences and keep it moving. That's exactly what we did. So when we was at Dons and Divas, I booked my cab for me and my brethren to go home. Everyone's drunk, had jerk chicken, everything. He's turned around, he said to me, Ra, if anything, I will drop you lot back to the ends because I'm going that way anyways. I said, cool. So as we've got to the ends, P's a very nice guy. Like, he was dropping everybody home, but my man was frass. So I'm one of them people that, I'm a very triggered person. I've lost friends to car crashes with them being drunk and drunk driving and stuff. So I don't play with that type of stuff. And that's why I didn't really want him to take me home. But at the same time, it's like, as much as I would leave him, what would happen to him if no one's not with him? So in the end, he's ended up taking us home. He parked on my road. I said to him, if anything, until you sober up, then leave. But until now, come in the house and chill off. Cool. So when he was here, I'm not going to go into full detail, but he done something that I didn't really like. But it wasn't nothing rape or anything. Like, it was just more so of a situation like, rah, okay, so you still have a problem with me then. It was something like that. So in the end, when he left, me and Renzo was on the phone and we were speaking. I explained to her the situation. She said to me, Rah, this is mad because I've heard this before. I said, cool, no problem. She said she will talk to him. I said, that's fine. Push comes to shove now. Keep moving. Back to what I was saying before. Renzo sent me the money for the tickets. We left it as that. A couple of months has moved on. Renzo's then reached out to me out the blue and said, oh, why are you walking around chatting me, telling people that I owe you money? And what's this about this table stuff and rare? I said, Renzo, what are you talking about? I didn't walk and tell no one nothing because it wasn't even a situation to talk about because I'm embarrassed for you. So there's nothing to sit down and explain. So whatever conversation you've heard, when you're going to come to me and say something, come to me with facts. Don't come and accuse me of something I didn't do. What? Because the only people that knew was my friend that I sat down and spoke to that does not talk to Renzo like that, and the guy that we owed the money to. And he's a big man. He has no reason to reach out to Renzo. He wanted his money and that's what he got. We're on the phone talking. We've sorted it out. We've left it as that. Cool. Push come to shove now. We've moved on from that situation, you know? As far as I knew, me and P was cool. We was even talking on Snap, Kaka, Kiki. Everything was calm. I even told Renzo we've blessed it. Yeah. We've now gone to another party months later called Diamond Igloo. Diamond Cut, big up yourself. Make sure you look at the other igloo because this party is fire. Yeah, crazy? Bigs twice. I want to big up on yourself 10 times. So at this point now, we've gone to Diamond Igloo. Everyone's frass out. I've seen P. P's frass out, me frass out. And he's like to me, you know, you tried to get me in trouble. So I'm like, what? Get you in trouble? Remember, this is months later. When I say months later, it could have all been a year later. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, you're trying to get me in trouble. I'm like, what are you talking about? Cool. Left that as that. It was nothing for me to go and sit down and talk about. Left that as that. So one day now, me and Renzo's sitting down talking, and Renzo's turned around and says, oh, did you see P? I said, yeah. He said something to me about, something about how I tried to set him up. I said, me? Tried to set him up? How? I only speak to P on Snap. Set him up how? I don't set up people. What are you talking about? She said, oh, how P said that, I believe P's woman put a tracker on his car, and she tracked that his car was here outside my house today when he dropped me home from Dons and Divas. Okay, so how is that me trying to set him up? I was making sure that nigga was safe. So I'm confused here. Okay, cool. That's the only thing that Renzo said to me. I didn't take it to heart. I've left it. I've kept it moving. I didn't even say nothing to P. At the end of the day, Renzo's my friend. She said what she said. I heard her. It went through this ear and this ear and out the other ear. But since you feel like I've tried to set you up, now I'm taking a step back. Because I don't do that with people. That's not my style. So cool. Push comes to shove. Time's moving on. Second strike now. Renzo, as I said, when I met Renzo, I met her with a girl called D-Bang. Yeah? And D-Bang, she's proper good peoples. When I met them not used to do parties with each other. So this is like the second strike, but it's a strike that don't belong to me. But it made me realise the type of person that Renzo was. Her and D-Bang used to be good friends. And when me and Renzo became friends, Renzo would sit down and explain to me that where they used to do parties with each other, it's like all the responsibilities left on Renzo financially. Like, it's like D-Bang don't want to pay for nothing. She don't want to do anything. She's just leaving everything on Renzo for Renzo to do everything. So when Renzo's confided in me as her friend, I'm like, right, like, that's a bit deep. Still, like, if that's the case, you lot don't need to be doing parties with each other. But it wasn't a situation where she was sitting down gutting D-Bang on the phone to me. She just explained how she felt at that time in regards to the event. So I said, cool, like, everyone has their right to feel the way how they feel at the end of the day. But why would you continuously do parties with someone and you feel like you're the sugar daddy in the situation? So about a little minutes passed on. One day, I could see that her and D-Bang's arguing on Snapchat. But D-Bang's not really gutting her and going at her. But it's more so of Renzo going at D-Bang. Like, you've been waiting to say this information. So it's then come back to me that Renzo has gone out of her way to go and message D-Bang's link or boyfriend, whatever he was to her. That Renzo's gone to message D-Bang's boyfriend to go and tell the boyfriend how D-Bang was sleeping with his friend. Okay. Now, my whole take on that situation was, why would you do that? What does that have to do with you? So because you lot are in big pussy arguing, you've gone to go and leash out her dark secrets. Imagine Russian roulette if the boy turned around and boxed her in her face or beat her. What would you have done? Because we're living in a society now where men like to pick up themselves and lick women for free. So why would you do that? So when I've heard the information, I've gone to Renzo and I said to her, that was a bit dark still. And we sat on the phone and we car kikied it off. But in the back of my mind, it's like, right, I know what you're on still, because it's a bit dangerous. Like, so now I know I need to watch what I need to say to you. But as I said, remember, Renzo's my friend, but she's more at arm's length. But that's my dog, that's a little sis. But as I said, you don't see her in my house. You don't see her yamming my food. I see you when I'm outside. Cool. So after this now, as I said, that was a second strike. As time is moving on, there was a boy called D. There was a boy called DRITZO. DJ DRITZO. Big up yourself 10 times, yeah? Me and DRITZO, I met him. He got that thing on him, okay? I met... yeah, me fuck him. Yeah, me fuck him well nice, yeah? And it was best fuck. So yeah, I've met him, whatever the case may be. We had our little dealings or whatever. Long story short, I didn't know that he was still doing whatever he was doing with his baby mother. A big argument happened, but it's like he tried to style me and tell his baby mother. He tried to lie and say that he never done anything with me. He never spoke to me or nothing. And that, raw, why would I sleep with Valentina and she has HIV? Who? Not my good, tight, good, grippy wall you're talking about like that, my love. Not this good whooshy-gushy you're there telling people has HIV. Who has HIV, my love? Because it's not me. So when I've heard that, in the back of my head, I see it as from when you can say that to your baby mother, you most probably can walk and chat that to people and put that on my name. I don't like that for me. So I went on Instagram Live and I diss it right down to the brims of hell. Because you're... Bitch. Sorry. Wrong one. That situation kind of hurt me because he took that from... Even though he said he didn't do it, he said he never said that. So I'll put that out there. He said he never said that. His baby mother was just saying it to start drama. That's what he said. But that situation kind of hurt me because, as I said, I had a situation a couple of years ago with a boy that he tried to get me to have an abortion. And he made a statement and said that he had HIV in his blood in order for me to have an abortion. But him saying that only made me suicidal. So it's like they kind of took that to use against me, and that really hurt because it's like, Rob, you're supposed to be my friend, that's a bit mad. So after that now, that situation happened between me and DRITZO. We didn't talk for months. We've then become back friends. In the duration of us becoming back friends, as I said, I have a very forgiving heart. Like, I don't malice over things like that. Like, okay, you done what you done. I said the things that I said because I was on Insta getting dark. Let's just try again. You know, my brethren, let's try again. But we didn't go back to sleeping with each other or anything like that. We just kept it moving as brethren because we are good as friends. Like, he will come over, we'll sit down and we'll talk about like my hair business, and I'll make him breakfast or I make a lunch, and he will bring his laptop and he would use mixes because DRITZO is a bad DJ. Like, he knows how, yeah, his mixes hard. So make sure you add up his SoundCloud, go and look at his music or whatever. He's a good artist and I just want him to push himself out there more. So anyways, in the end, me and him became back friends. One day we was at my house and he was on the phone to one of his friends and I was on the phone to Renzo. Now, throughout this duration, he knew I was on the phone to Renzo. Renzo knew that he was here. None of them never said hi to each other or anything. So I'm just on my phone, he's on his phone. An incident was happening with a bike, and he turned around in the house and he made a comment and he said, oh, something about he's gonna have to now basically go and get the money out of his daughter's savings to go and sort out the bike or whatever. And this is a conversation that Renzo heard as she was on speaker. And he didn't mind her being on speaker. He never said anything about it. I respect my friend's conversations and I asked. He was like, it's cool. So he made that comment like that. When he's left the house, Renzo's then started to talk to me. She's like to me like, Ra, how do you know him? Like, I didn't know you lot. Not how do I know, but how did we become back friends? And I was like, I showed her, like, we just spoke it out kind of thing. So she's now started to tell me what they're going through. I was like, oh, okay, so you lot are in close contact with each other. Okay, like, talk to me. So obviously I'm not going to go into depth of their situation, but long story short, they work with each other and he was basically...